I'm Greg.
Hi, and I'm Keisha.
And today we're here to talk about Black Mirror Season 5.
Now, with this Season 5, it consists of 3 episodes.
Just like the other ones in the first season. So I kind of figured that was going to happen due to the fact that Bender Snatch came out, and that was the more interactual game. But anyway.
So the first episode is called Striking Vipers, also known as Super Smash Brothers. Now, with this episode, it just talks about best friends Danny and Carl.
How they've been in college.
Yeah.
They were playing this game called Striking Viper, and then they had a falling out. It's going into 10 years later. And they see each other again, only it's Danny's birthday, and Carl presents them with the game they played when they were in college, but VR version.
And with this VR version, they end up playing it one night, and they're fighting and stuff, and the next thing you know, they end up kissing.
It takes a turn.
Yeah. And at first you're thinking like, okay, we got caught up in the moment because Carl is dressed as a female fighter while Danny is just dressed like a fight fighter. So they end up saying like, oh yeah, it's cool, it's whatever. But then next as they play on, they're basically having this affair and having sex in virtual reality, basically. So
this has been a very controversial, the most controversial since Pride is out. I'm known as a gay man, and it's Pride Month, and this was presented as one of the first episodes, which it takes a good turn into the whole either the bisexuality or the DL man. And it's been a lot of skeptics, a lot of controversy when it came to that. And when I first seen it, I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
So as they're going on with the affair, Danny ends up thinking like, you know what, it's either we take this out in real life and see what it is, or we just stop this completely. So he has Carl to meet him at a
secluded place.
Thank you. And they end up kissing, like just to see if it's real. They end up saying, I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel anything either. But
which is a lie. That's a lie and a half. They felt something. They were just too scared to admit it. Because it was a certain pause in that moment. It wasn't about, because it only takes 5 seconds to really know if you like somebody with a kiss. Just, and then, okay, no. But that was a long pause. And Carl kept being persistent about just keep playing the game. And it's just...
After they kiss and everything, they end up breaking into a fight, and the police end up arresting both of them. Danny's wife, Theo, ends up picking him up, and she's saying, like, what was that all about? Like, I know you guys had a falling out, but what exactly were you guys fighting about?
And she finds out.
Yeah, she ends up finding out. So the next scene basically shows his birthday. Again, I guess it's a year later. She's, basically celebrating. Everything seems like it's fine. And then after the party, she gives him the VR. She's like, only for tonight. And then in her case, she also goes out and, pursue a man. And I feel like with this, it's basically about trying something new, and it's also...
But it's also his perspective with the DL man in a longer, in a very much interesting perspective, because they're not physically together, but they're more virtual. And the fact that Carl, let's keep it real, Carl picked the woman. He could pick any other character, but he picked the woman character. Even though it's probably a lot, but it's just that aspect of like, the DL man or maybe the bisexual man at that. So it wasn't shocking, but it was kind of like, for me, that's interesting. I didn't think it was going to take that route, especially the end.
I feel like it would have been more impactful once they were in the car and the wife was talking about what happened, and you see him on the verge of telling her exactly what it is, and it should just cut off right there. Because I feel like towards the end, it didn't make any sense, because I'm like, are you compromising just stepping out the marriage? Like, is this like a new aspect of having an open marriage, or are you like complacent with your husband possibly being on down low? It's just, I feel like
there's so many things, and it also explores the bisexuality concept of it too, because he still loves his wife, but here's this new exciting thing that he does with his best friend, out of all things. Yeah, so I don't know. It's so many open layers to that where you can like really explore it more and more, but And that concept, it was a good concept.
Yeah, I feel like they could have did it. They could have executed more because I just when watching the film watching the episode, compared to like the other episodes within the Black Mirror lineup, it just didn't necessarily fit with me. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, with that, we have another episode that we want to talk about, which is Smithereens.
Mhm.
Yeah, that episode I really didn't like.
Cut and dry concept, like you get what you see within this episode, and it's basically about this guy named Chris, and he is trying to pick up a person that works at the company Smithereens, and you end up finding out that he's taking them hostage just to get the request of talking with the CEO of the company. And once he talks to the CEO, he basically just gives him a layout of how he was addicted to his app, and that resulted in his fiance dying because he was he was on his phone while driving and she was asleep next to him. So he just regretted it ever since. He just wanted to just vent to the CEO, and basically that's what the episode was in a nutshell. And I just feel like with that episode, it wasn't. Don't get me wrong, the person who played Chris, sorry I'm going to insert his name here because I don't remember, he did a good job of portraying the emotions that he was going through. However, I feel like we already know this type of situation. A lot of people get into accidents when they are on their phone, even texting while driving, things of that nature.
Yeah.
But I think it was just showing, like, in today's society that social media is addictive. And a lot of people, if they're bored, like every 5 minutes, they're like...
I wouldn't say every 5 minutes, every like at least 5 to 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Looking through their phones, they're going through their apps, and it can be a very bad situation, and it can be very addictive due to the fact that some things can happen and you're not paying attention.
And plus, it's so addicting too, to the point where you're bored driving. Like, come on, like you could have put some music on and stuff, but the first thing you do, you try to look up on your phone, like
while you're driving.
Yeah.
Don't text and drive.
No. But yeah, with this one, it just seems like, it was okay. It wasn't a Black Mirror episode for me. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah, it was a real cut and dry kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, there was no mystery, no.
Yeah, it was no that existential crisis that I usually get when watching Black Mirror. I know a lot of people's like, okay, that's not the point of Black Mirror, but you know what I'm saying. Like, they put technology in it, but it's basically social media. It's not really new, advanced technology. It's technology that's already here.
Yeah.
So, and then the last episode of the season is Rachel, Jack, and Ashley too. Now, I was surprised when I seen this trailer that Miley Cyrus was gonna be in.
Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, but you know what? I kind of already knew what the episode was gonna be because Miley Cyrus in there. So you know that they are really shady towards Disney when they. Because the whole episode is basically her being a pop star, and she's basically controlled by her aunt, and the whole media to portray this image
and pop goody two shoes. For little girls everywhere, teenage girls everywhere, and it was kind of like showing Miley's character, Ashley, kind of down spiraling after that.
Because like for the camera, she's Ashley, she has the persona going on, but then behind the scenes, you see she's depressed, she's writing her journal about stuff that she want to do, she's venting like cuss words and all that stuff.
I wouldn't be surprised if she was cutting herself.
Yeah. And then at first you think the aunt is trying to be helpful by saying like, what's wrong, Ashley? Is there anything I need? But then you kind of see where it's going on. Yeah. So for one of her performances that she had to do, the aunt is basically saying like, overdoses, like she's not acting the way she's supposed to be acting.
They're giving her meds.
Yeah, they're giving her meds.
I guess probably like uppers or whatever to like get her, pumped up and happy
full
of energy. And I think she was kind of like, over it because.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
But I think the thing was she ended up finding out that they've been drugging her. So because when they go backstage and they see her like with heavy makeup, they're like, take that off. Here, take these pills and get ready to perform. Okay, like get on this show, get on the stage. So then next you see them leave, and Ashley is basically just putting them in this container where all these pills are.
She's been having them. She's been having them for a while now because there's a whole lot of pills and. every time they give her one, she's pretending to take it and just put it in there.
Mm-hmm.
In reality, the book that she has in the show is just about her feelings and what she really want to write about.
Mm-hmm.
But she can express that because her overseeking auntie is like looking over her and making sure she's this goody two pop star, which is a total shade, if I may say, to Disney in her Hannah Montana moments. Yeah. It was a good little concept. I liked it.
And then you see on the other side, Rachel, she lost her mother, and she's basically with her older sister Jack and her estranged father,
who's an inventor, and he's really not there. He doesn't know. He don't know what's going on. He's so wrapped into his work that he's not really focused on the kids. So Jack, the older sister, has to be mom. So it's kind of depressing for Rachel because she's new and she doesn't have any friends. And Ashley is her fan. She's the #1 fan of Ashley. So
she ended up finding out that Ashley is having this doll. It's basically like an AR robot doll that you can purchase, and she basically has all her mannerisms. She can sing and dance and do be your best friend.
Yeah, basically her personality inside the doll.
Yeah. So her dad ended up giving her the present, for her birthday.
Yeah.
And at first, her older sister Jack is kind of annoyed because she's like, okay, what is this? Like, you're basically talking to a robot. So what is she doing? Like, go get some air. But she's like, Ashley is helping me with the school of dance, trying out for the talent show, all that stuff. In a way, like, Ashley has been there since, she felt like her sister hasn't been since their mom passed away. So, meanwhile, with Ashley, they end up finding out that she hasn't been taking her pills.
At all.
And the aunt is basically, you think they're having a heart-to-heart, when actually the aunt is basically drugging her and then putting her in a coma. So
all the pills that she done had, the aunt put all of it in her food.
Yeah.
And basically put her in a coma.
So
I mean, she like drugged the shit out of her.
Basically. I thought for some reason it's going to be mind control, but no, she just drugged her. So I was really surprised about that. But then, breaking news goes, and she's running this story about, Ashley, she's in a coma. We don't know if she's going to ever wake up, but her legacy is going to continue because we end up finding out we can use the technology where she's still making music in her head and make an album off of that. And in the meantime, make a holograph so she can live on forever.
Can you say Tupac Shakur hologram?
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm like, this whole concept is of having dead artists that are long gone and you're still trying to profit off them. Even though they're passed away, they're gone.
Tupac, Notorious B.I.G., Aaliyah, Left Eye. It's just sad because that's how the music industry, no shade, is now.
Yeah.
Once you die, but your music stays on, and they're gonna find a way to either
profit
remix
off
it,
you,
remix the songs that you done made hits off of, profit off you with new songs that you so-called secretly had in your notebook from God knows when you didn't put it out, like all that kind of crap.
Yeah. They're going to just keep using it because they're going to have the sympathy like, they passed away so young, but their legacy's going to come on. Like, buy their new album. If you if you were hardcore fans of these people, it's just...
You will buy the album.
Yeah, like the whole music industry is just twisted in its own way. So, I guess with this, the AI from Rachel, the one that Rachel has, ends up seeing this on the news and end up malfunctioning because apparently what they did with the Ashley 2 robots, they actually put her mindset in
all the dolls.
Yeah, so mostly they try to recall most of the dolls, but since hers was, it was hidden by her sister, they was able to recall that one. So they end up finding out that her mind was copied into it, and she's basically telling them like, I know what my aunt did. She's trying to get away with this, and she's trying to profit off an album while I'm still in the coma. You guys gotta help me.
Yeah.
So they end up helping her, going to her house, and at first she's basically, the robot is telling her like, I have evidence to put my aunt in jail. Like, don't worry, I'm gonna get it.
But the initial plan was to kill herself.
Yeah.
In the coma, but apparently it woke her up.
Yeah, it woke her up instead. So they end up going to the event that the aunt was throwing off to promote the hologram. So they end up crashing the place. And, the aunt realized she ain't dead.
Like, shit.
Yeah. Which is, I thought that was breaking the fourth wall. But it was funny in a way when she was like, I guess I'm going
to jail. This shit.
So then the last scene in a grunge bar, basically you know,
doing
singing
the
rock
music
and
that
roll.
she
So,
wanted. Well,
yeah.
doing it was a bittersweet moment because it took her this long to actually do the music that she wanted to do.
Mm-hmm. But then also, like, I feel like as a whole, throughout the whole 3 episodes, I didn't really get that it was Black Mirror episodes. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like prior to the other seasons, they were really technology based on it. And don't get me wrong,
And they
like,
all had at least one common goal, like one common situation. Technology. That's what I'm saying.
oh, okay.
Like one common situation. This was kind of like all over the place. One was dealing with bisexuality. The other one was dealing with apps and social media being addicting. And this one was more about the music industry. It was more to me, not even Twilight, honestly, because Twilight is more about science fiction too.
Twilight Zone?
Yeah, Twilight Zone. Sorry.
I'm about to say the movie Twilight.
Oh no, God, no, not the Twilight. But no, just that aspect is just like this was more like somebody's telling you a story. Like you sitting down at a campfire.
Yeah,
and
it's
they're
like
telling you a
short
story.
stories.
Yeah, short stories.
It wasn't more of a like, this is like the future technology could possibly do this to society. You know what I'm saying? It's
like
just like
they usually would do.
Yeah, it's just mostly just, oh, here's a story that I just wanted to do because it seemed cool, you know. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say it wasn't it wasn't any good episodes. They were
good.
They were great. I just felt like it didn't just up to a standard compared to the other
ones
episodes.
that people that you guys probably already seen before. If you guys aren't a fan or not, just you've seen previous seasons before. They're all dealing with that one thing. Mm-hmm. But this was kind of like no shade all over the place.
Yeah. So, what do you think? What was your best episode of the series? Did you like it? Did you watch Black Mirror?
Are you a fan of Black Mirror? Just let us know.
Yeah, just put it down in the comments, okay? And we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.